Boy, can you hear it when Ronnie's not there? Don't we miss him? Woo! Baby! You're in the right place. We're all in the right place today on this beautiful morning, Sunday morning. We are so blessed. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Remember that. We're in the right place at the right time. We are just where we're supposed to be. Yes, I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am sending a message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. Yes, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am sending a message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. Your soul, my soul, our souls are welcome here. Oh, yeah.
Well, good morning and welcome. I'm Reverend John Riley. I have the joy of serving as your senior minister, and I'd like to welcome you to our celebration service. It's so nice to see you all here in person. Thank you so much for being here today. For all of those of you who are online watching us live or during the week, thank you for being with us. You are in the right place at the right time right now. We're so blessed. Unity, if you're new to Unity, Unity is a worldwide, a global spiritual community welcoming people from all walks of life who are looking to have a deeper experience of spirit, a greater sense of health, wholeness, and abundance, people looking for spiritual growth, transformation, or to simply do life better. We teach positive, practical spiritual principles that you can apply in your life every day to help you live a more joyful and abundant life. We're so blessed this morning to have with us Brenna Franzen as our platform leader, Deborah Winters as our soloist, Russell Norman on piano, and Ronnie Beck on drums. And so I will invite you all to stand as we open our song with an opening song, and Deborah will lead us.
I am healed, whole and healthy. I relax and visualize. I am healed, whole and healthy. I am well. I am well. Let's sing that again. I am healed, whole and healthy. I relax and visualize. I am healed, whole and healthy. I am well. I am well. I am healed, whole and healthy. I've got love surrounding me. I am healed, whole and healthy. I am well. I am well. I am healed, whole and healthy. I have love surrounding me. I am healed, whole and healthy. I am well. I am well. I am healed, whole and healthy. I accept and I receive. I am healed, whole and healthy. I am well. I am well. Yes, and I affirm that we are all well. Best in the world. In this very room, there's quite enough love for all of us. And in this very room, there's quite enough joy for there's quite enough joy for all of us. And in this very room, there's quite enough love for all of us. And there's quite enough hope and quite enough power to chase away any gloom. For Spirit, God's Spirit, is in this very room. In this very room.
And good morning online, too. How's everyone doing? My name is Brenna Franson, and I'm serving as your platform assistant this morning. And welcome to Unity Palo Alto. Awesome. All right. So, as John said, we are so thrilled to have you here this morning, and we are a part of a worldwide movement of prayer, publishing, and education that helps people of all walks of life apply practical spiritual teachings to their daily life. This will help all of us live a more joyful and abundant life. Unity is a spiritual movement. We are welcoming and inclusive, and wherever you are on your spiritual path, you are welcome here. We have 5 core principles that guide us on our spiritual path, and the first one is God is. There is only one power in the universe and in our lives, and that is God, the good, omnipotent. Our second principle is that God is the substance and intelligence innate in all of creation and all beings. Our third principle is the law of mind action. Thoughts in mind produce after their kind. We have the ability to affect our world, and we do this through the fourth principle, the positive and practical meditation and prayer practice. This connects us with the creative, constructive power of God that works in and through us. And we do this through the fifth principle, walking the walk, practical application. We do this each and every day so that we are creating who we were created to be, living expressions of the image of God. With these 5 core principles, they guide us in living our vision statement, and I invite you to affirm that with me. It's on the screen as well. Together, centered in God, we co-create a world that works for all. And so it is. We now continue our service with a call to worship.
I'm tired of telling you you have me when I know you really don't. Tired of telling you I'll follow when I know I really won't. 'Cause I'd rather stand here speechless with no great words to say. If my silence is more truthful and my ears can hear, to walk in your way. In the silence, I can hear you. In the quiet, I can feel the fire, and it's burning, burning deeply, burning all it is that you desire to be silent in me, to be silent in me, to be silent in me.
And now a reading from the Daily Word. Today's daily word is purpose, and our affirmation is, I pursue my purpose with passion. Would you affirm that with me? I pursue my purpose with passion. Over the course of my life, I have discovered what has kindled my passions, captivated my attention, and made me feel most alive. My passions led me to discover my purpose, to which I choose to devote my time and my life. My highest spiritual purpose is to live from my divine nature. My divine gifts of life, love, and wisdom express uniquely through my passions, fulfilling me while demonstrating the truth of my being. I listen to the still, small voice of spirit within to discern the best way to fulfill my purpose. I heed its call to learn, to discover, and to grow. It is never too early or too late to embark upon the journey of a lifetime. I am ready, willing, and more than able. And our scripture is from John 18:37. For this I was born, and for this I came to the world, to testify the truth.
Okay, where's our Reverend John? Do we see him? Should we switch? Okay. We have a surprise because he's leaving. Just for a bit. All right, we'll switch it. Kind friends gather round. There's something I would say that brings us here together and has blessed us all today. Love has made a circle that holds us all inside, where strangers are as family, loneliness can't hide. We must give ourselves to love. If love is what you're after, open up your hearts to the tears and the laughter, and give yourself to love. Give yourself to love. I've walked these mountains in the rain and learned to love the world. I've been up before the dawn to watch the day begin. I always knew I'd find you, though I never did know how. Like sunshine on a cloudy day, you stand before me now. You must give yourself to love. If love is what you're after, open up your hearts to the tears and is born in the fire. It's planted like a seed. Love can't give you everything, but it gives us what we need. And love comes when you're ready. And love comes when you're afraid. It'll be your greatest teacher, the best friend you've ever made. You must give yourself to love. If love is what you're after, open up your hearts to the tears and the laughter, and give yourself to love. Give yourself to love. You must give yourself to love. If love is what you're after, open up your hearts to the tears and the laughter, and give yourself to love. Give yourself.
Well, hello. Well, let me ask you a question. Have you ever, when you're driving, have you ever felt like you've made a wrong turn? Have you ever, has it ever seemed that you've hit every stoplight on your drive down the El Camino? Excuse me. Has it ever felt like your batteries were just giving out on you every 5 minutes? Well, I have a story for you. So, as many of you know, my son, Ethan, he's 16, and he's got his driver's permit. So, of course, the laws now, which have changed drastically since I got my driver's license, 15 years ago? I'm sure it was. So he had to wait 6 months, and we want him to drive as much as possible. So, because I have the more flexible schedule, I'm usually driving with him to school in the morning, riding with him. Oh my gosh, I got a little frog. Have you ever had a frog? So I'm driving with him in the mornings to school, riding with him, and then I take the car and I go. And usually after football practice, I pick him up, and then he gets to drive home. So, you know, he gets a lot of practice under extreme supervision, so he makes sure that he knows what the heck he's doing in his car. You know that parental thing. Have you ever experienced that? So, not that, you know, being in the car with him has any impact, but so that was our plan. And in the mornings, 4 days out of the week, he gets to school early because he has what they call zero period. He's on the football team, and so he's training with the team before school starts. And he always wants to get there early, Monday through Thursday, before the practice starts, so he knows he's there, because he has to really work hard to get playing time. So he wants to make sure he's there early. Now, for history, he's okay with being just barely on time. But for football practice, he wants to be there early. So we're driving down the road, and we always go the back road to Palo Alto High School, if you know what that is, Alma, and then we're on Churchill, and we're there. And at 8 in the morning, it's 7:45 in the morning, there's nobody there. There's no one there. So it's just easy peasy. Well, on Fridays, we go a different route, because when 9 o'clock hits, that intersection is a mess. Because there are people, you know, commuting to work. There are at least 1,000 bicycles, you know, crossing that intersection. There are the commuter trains. And on Friday, we usually go a different route. And we were both in the car, and he gets on Alma, and we miss the off-ramp to go underneath to Page Mill. And, you know, if you miss that off-ramp, you're pretty much resigned to going that way. So we said, okay, it's no big deal. He starts stressing out about it. I'm like, all right, we get there, and there's a long line of cars. And I'm thinking, okay, just relax. There's no reason to get stressed out. We got plenty of time. But he's stressed out. Anybody ever feel that way before? 2 light cycles plus 1 train later, we're able to turn left and get into the parking lot. And he gets there just a minute before, and grabs his stuff, and he's off. And, I'm thinking, because the dad that I am, dude, you just relax. Don't get all stressed out. I didn't verbalize that. I know better than to do that. But, unity minister, dude, just, relax. It's all good. You're going to get there when you get there, and you're in the right place at the right time right now. Yeah. So we get there, and I drive off, and I go to a store just down the road here because I wanted to grab a few things for lunch and so forth, and I was getting ready, and that was about the time that rush hour hit. And so I'm getting ready to turn left back onto Middlefield Road to come back to Unity Palo Alto, and there's a ton of traffic, and I start getting annoyed. I start getting stressed out. Now, who's in the driver's seat now? So I'm like, oh my God, what did I just was thinking this, to my son, not saying it, thinking it, maybe I could try it too. So I'm just like, okay, I'm just going to relax. And you know what? I'm not going to go that way. I'm going to go this way. So I turn left, and I am clever, thinking I can get around the traffic. And I'm like, okay, here we go. And then I made a left-hand turn, and pretty soon I realized that I hit every single stoplight that I could have hit along the way. Or just missed every green light, depending on whether you look at life as half empty or half full. And I must have hit every stop sign. I think this path that I took has the most stop signs in Palo Alto as any road could have. And because of the construction on some roads, I couldn't turn left where I thought I could, so I had to turn right, and I went even further out of my way. I was pretty much circling the campus and couldn't get here. So every time I stopped and I started to feel that frustration, I just had to laugh at myself. It's like, okay, practice the principle that you were just saying to your son via telepathy. And okay, so I just relaxed. And then I get to the next stoplight. I've got tense again. I just started laughing. It's like, okay, I can't go that way. Well, I wonder what I'm going to find this way. So my mental attitude, by the time I got here, I was laughing my head off. I was in such a good mood. And so there I proved my point. I'm so proud of myself. You're the only people that I can tell that to. Certainly my son won't get it or won't care. But the stop sign, have you ever run into those stop signs in life? Because sometimes we're going down a path that we think we're supposed to go on, and there's a stop sign. Sometimes we're going down a path and we miss the exit altogether. Have you ever felt that? What a great metaphor for life, because that happens to us all the time. And how often do we get stressed out and frustrated about it versus laughing at ourselves for getting stressed out and frustrated about it? So it just takes a little bit. The idea of the big stop sign and the right-hand turn instead of a left-hand turn, really was calling to me for today's talk, because this is my last talk before I go on sabbatical. Now, don't worry, it's just a month. I could see some of you cheering and some of you weeping. I don't know what that means, but... And sometimes we get those stop signs, and it's like, okay, it's time to take a break. So what is a sabbatical? What is a sabbatical? Well, the word comes from the Greek word. I wrote this down because I'm not going to remember the Greek word. Sabbaton. Sabbaton? Did I sound Greek? But that word comes from the Hebrew word Shabbat. And Shabbat is the idea of the Sabbath. So where does this idea of the Sabbath come from? Well, of course, in the Old Testament, in the Hebrew Scriptures, in the Torah, the 2nd chapter of Genesis starts off with, it was the 6th day, and God finished creating the earth and the heavens. And on the 7th day, he rested. And he blessed and hallowed that 7th day because he had finished. It sounds like a pretty good gig. Hey, I'm done. We'll make this day a holy day. So on the 7th day, that's where we get that idea of Sabbath. In Exodus, it's repeated. It's even longer in Leviticus 25. Leviticus is written by the priestly writers. It's all the laws that have come up. And Leviticus 25 says, 6 years thou shalt sow thy field, and 6 years shall thou prune thy vineyard, and gather the fruit thereof. But in the 7th year shall be the Sabbath of rest unto the land, a Sabbath for the Lord. Thou shalt neither sow thy field nor prune thy vineyard, and that which grows on its own accord of thy harvest thou shalt not reap, neither gather thy grapes of thy vine undressed, for this is the year of rest unto the Lord. So every 7 years there's a year-long rest. And I don't know, maybe that was the beginning of learning how to rotate crops. But that's certainly where we get the idea of the 7-year sabbatical for those in the education world, right? 7 years and you get some time off. Now, a lot of times people think of the word sabbatical and think of it, oh, it's a vacation. You know, congratulations, you get a month off. But the real term of a sabbatical, and I think, there's some academics in here, the real idea here is that you're not just, going on a vacation for a year, although some may think of it that way. But it's a time to research. It's a time to look at things a little bit differently. It's a time to, evaluate and maybe create a new project or something for yourself. And in the ministerial world, it was often after 7 years you get a sabbatical, but nobody wants to let their minister go for a year. Who knows what's going to happen in a year? So they only gave him 3 months. And nowadays, even those 3 months were too much. The congregation gets too used to not being with you. What's up with that? Or the minister decides, to heck with it. So more modern, it's like every 3 years we get a month. And that's what we wrote into our contract. So there's the law, right? The written law that everyone in academia has in their contract. What I love is this idea of when we look at a Sabbath from a little more detail, because in Leviticus it also said 6 days shall work be done, but on the 7th day is the Sabbath of solemn rest, a holy convocation. You shall not do work. It's a Sabbath to the Lord in all your dwelling places. So in that day and age, they were giving structure to their religious practice. Work for 6 days, and then you take the 7th day off. And by the way, on the 7th day, you got to come to church. Here's what you have to bring. Here's what you have to do. And so it was very planned out, very structured. At least until Jesus came along, as it was told in the synoptic gospels, Matthew, Mark, and Luke. They all told the same story about how Jesus was intentionally breaking the Sabbath to gather food. And when he was approached by the Pharisees, he said, man was not made for the Sabbath was made for man. A very intentional distinction, because we had gone into a rote routine. We forgot what the true meaning of Sabbath is, which is to celebrate that oneness that we have with God. To be in the flow of life, love, and wisdom, and to allow it to be our gig. And in fact, Jesus' message was the Sabbath is the state of consciousness that we should have all the time, even when we're working. And this was his way of, creating that lesson for us. In the Revealing Word, the co-founder of the Unity Movement, Charles Fillmore, wrote this about Sabbath. The true Sabbath is that of a state of spiritual attainment where human beings cease from all personal effort and all belief in their own work and rest in the consciousness that the Father abideth in me, doeth the work. That's from John 14. The Father abideth in me, doeth the work. The Spirit in me does the work, right? It's the clear indication that God is everywhere present in all things and in all people and in you. And if we get our ego out of the way, we allow Spirit to move. We allow Spirit to be and to express in, through, and as us. And that's the true meaning of Sabbath. It's to allow that presence and power to be. No, I like how he says spiritual attainment, because what he's talking about is this idea of intellectually knowing it, but then also feeling it in your bones. And also having that sense feeling of it. It's just who you are and who you become. So it's not just the knowing of it. And in fact, whenever if you're taking a class or doing any spiritual work, you need a time of rest to start to digest it, to start to internalize it, to start to make it a part of you. If you're doing any learning whatsoever, there's the intellectual learning, and then there's the practical application. How am I putting it into work? How am I making a part of my knowledge base, a part of my learning, a part of who I am now that I have more skills? So that process is something that everyone does, and it's a process that if we do it intentionally, we're going to have so much more fruit from that activity. So that's, to me, what a sabbatical is for me. Now, every 3 years I get one for a month, and I was eligible in 2020, and I don't know, something came up. I don't know what happened. I don't remember. Anybody remember? Don't tell me. Something came up a couple of years ago, and so I'm taking it now. I'm taking it in September, taking September off. There'll be 4 Sundays. We have fabulous guest speakers. Our own Moj Razmi, who does our meditations on Sunday morning, along with Sue. Moj is going to be speaking, and then Rusty Gaylord, who's our platform leader and speaker on occasion, he's going to do a 3-part series. And I'm just so proud of this spiritual community because we can all keep going, keep growing, keep practicing with each other. It's not dependent on that idea of a minister, right? It's because the minister is in here, is in all of you. And so this idea of sabbatical for me is intentionally taking a right-hand turn instead of waiting in traffic for the left-hand turn, the way I've always gone. Right? It's intentionally shifting from my old behavior patterns to try something new. To try something new. I think if you looked at your own life and your own, what you're doing in life, and if you said, I'm just going to take one day, because not anybody here can take a month off, let alone a year. Academics, okay. Not everyone can. And so instead of the 7-year plan, you go to the 7-day plan, right? And we take a day off. But in that day, what if you decided to take a right-hand turn and just tried something different intentionally? Intentionally said, I'm going to break these habits that I do every day, and I'm going to try something different. I'm going to look at the world in a different way. I'm going to intentionally stop at the stop sign and look around and see what's around me, at least until the car behind me starts to beep. Sabbatical is that idea of breaking apart that crystallized thinking that we all have. Breaking apart those crystallized beliefs, those automatic beliefs, those automatic behaviors that are running our life. We're not running our life. Those behaviors are running our life. So taking a day to break apart that thinking and those behaviors to observe life from a different perspective. Intentionally saying, I'm turning right, now what? Now world, now spirit, what's next? And allowing spirit to breathe you, allowing spirit to move you, to inspire you, opening your heart to that harmonizing energy, opening your mind to divine inspiration, and just saying, okay, what's next? Just take one day this week and to see how it changes your perspective on the rest of your day. Now, there is a part 2 to the driving story. The story I told you was not this last week, but the week before, Friday, when he missed the turn. No, that was, Friday. Oh, dang, did I tell the wrong story? You just barely got there in time. Yeah, I told the story completely wrong. Anyways, it doesn't matter. I'm going to tell it to you again. So on Friday, we're driving, and we're supposed to turn because he's heading not to football. This is the only part I got wrong. He's heading to history. Every other day, he's happy, he wants to get there early. On history, he's happy with getting there just barely on time. And here we are pulling into the parking lot 2 minutes late. So he's just kind of resigned to it. And as we're pulling into the parking lot, there are kids wandering around. They're supposed to be in class. Mr. Truant Officer, Mr. Father. There are kids on the football field. He's like, what's going on? Was there an assembly today? And he pulls up, and he gets out, and as soon as he opens the door, we hear it. There's a fire alarm going off. So he wasn't late to history. All of that stress that he had was for naught, as it turns out. Of course, the metaphysician in me said, yeah, that's exactly how the universe works. But it doesn't always work that way, right? The next 3 days later, Tuesday of this week, we're heading to football early, and we get just past Page Mill, the last exit, and it's wall-to-wall, bumper-to-bumper traffic heading to downtown, bumper to bumper. So he was 10 minutes late for practice that day. The good news is when he got out, there were 3 seniors who were stuck in that traffic as well. So he felt good about walking in he's a junior, felt good with walking in with the 3 seniors to the varsity football practice late. And as it turns out, I was thinking along the way as I'm parked there, well, maybe I can go that way and go back to Page Mill and go under. But there was something in them. He said, no, don't, just stay the course. So I stayed the course. When I was coming back, Page Mill was completely closed off. The underneath pass was completely shut down, and all of that traffic was diverted from Oregon Expressway onto Alma, and had we gone that route, we would have been even further back because we would have been in that traffic waiting to come up to where we were. So sometimes you just got to go with that gut instinct. Change that thinking that says I've got to be right, that I'm always right, that we try to intellectualize it. It's like, well, here I am. Here's what is. I'm late, but guess what? So were 3 seniors who were starters. So he's okay. Yeah, I circled Palo Alto, but you know what? I'm in an electric car. So I felt good by the time I got here from all of my mistakes, all of my wrong turns, all of my wrong thinking still turned out to be something worthwhile. Something that meant something that was meaningful for me. And the message of sabbatical for me is to take that left turn, to not get up I'm here for 2 more days, and not get up on Wednesday morning and come to the center to do my normal things. It's to let go and not worry about whether, the batteries and the microphones are working. It's to let go and disconnect myself so that I can intentionally take a right-hand turn and go somewhere else and do something else and explore some other ideas, explore other spiritual renewal ideas, and create that sense of rest, create that sense of rejuvenation, create that sense of refreshing my own purpose in life so that I can come back and be fulfilled and be ready to do what's next, whatever that next might be. Take a break from the routine, from your striving, from your efforting, from your storytelling and your believing that things are the way they are. Take a break from that. Rest your mind and look for something different. Intentionally take a different direction. Get a new perspective without expectations. And when you hit that stop sign in life, don't fight against it. Don't complain about it. Don't stress out about it. Just listen to it. Pause. Pray. Proceed. Everyone's wondering, hey, when do I have time to pray or meditate? Well, you got 30 seconds there. You can do an open-eyed meditation. Just pause. Without the dialogue going on. You'll get there when you get there at that point. Pause, pray, and proceed. Revitalize your purpose, rekindle your light, and reignite your passion. For we are all here to live a joyful, abundant life. We all have that capacity, capability. when we tune into that divine essence within us, when we allow God to be God within us, Spirit to be Spirit within us, the allness of life, love, and wisdom to flow in, through, and as us. Life shows up differently for us then, even if it's a stop sign. Felix, let's move to our affirmation. I'm going to read the affirmation and then invite you to affirm it with me. And as I read it, just allow it to fill you up and be part of who you are. In the silence, I rest, renew, and I missed a word. Let me start over. In the silence, I need a break. I'm just saying. I don't know what was happening these last 2 years, but in the silence, I find rest, renewal, and revitalization. Aligned with Spirit, I renew my purpose. Together? In the silence, I find rest, renewal, and revitalization. Aligned with Spirit, I renew my purpose. And so it is. Let's take this into our time of meditation and affirmative prayer. I invite you to take a nice, deep, cleansing breath, to close your eyes if that feels comfortable and is safe for you, or to soften your gaze as we turn within, as we close the door to our outer sensations. We allow our body to relax. Feel the earth beneath you, wiggle your toes. Feel Mother Earth as you're grounded, centered, and balanced. With each breath, we let go, we release. We allow our thoughts to settle. If there are any emotions bubbling up, we don't give them any attention. We just allow them to bubble and allow them to pass. Any thoughts that come up, we just simply bless them and see them floating along, returning our attention to our breath. Breathing into this present moment, we open our hearts to divine love, the harmonizing energy of Spirit that moves in, through, and as us continually. With a nice, deep, cleansing breath, we open our mind to divine inspiration, knowing that infinite wisdom is available to us any point in time. And with a nice, deep, cleansing breath, we relax into the stillness of the silence. In the stillness, I am refreshed. In the silence, I am renewed. One with Spirit, I am revitalized. I allow this divine wisdom to guide me every step of the way, open to divine intelligence leading me. I allow this divine energy of love to guide my path, to create kindness and compassion within me, to harmonize every cell in my body to its perfect state. Focused on Spirit, I allow Spirit to guide. We hold this prayer for all of the prayer requests in our prayer chest. For all of the people who you hold in your heart in prayer, I invite you to bring their name to mind or say their name out loud. For all of our world, national, state, and local leaders, we hold them in this prayer, seeing each person lifted up to discover their spiritual magnificence, that divine essence within them. And for this time together, for this sacred celebration of life that we express together, let us celebrate and give thanks by singing the Alleluia.
Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah,
And with a nice deep cleansing breath, we return our attention to this time and this space and gently open our eyes if you haven't already done so. And allow that sense of love and harmony and wisdom to flow through you, through whatever stop signs that you are encountering, through whatever traffic, whatever wrong turns. Just know that Spirit is there with you, guiding you, loving you, expressing in, through, and as you. Unity Palo Alto is here to help you discover that spiritual magnificence and help you live from that every day. We teach positive, practical spiritual principles, and we're here because of your generosity. We are a self-sustaining spiritual community, and there's so many ways in which you can support our spiritual community. If you feel moved to give a donation today, there's a box in the back of the sanctuary that says love offerings. You can place your love offering in there. But however you decide to give to our spiritual community, give with love. For it's the manner in which we give to the world that we receive from the world. And when we give with love and unconditionally and with joy in our hearts, and that's what we receive. The affirmation that we say is on the screen. And I invite you to affirm it with me. Together? Divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I give, all that I receive, and all that I am. And so it is.
Well, John, we all love you, and I can say, probably for almost everyone in the room, if not all, that we will miss you, but we want to wish you the most, I'm going to get emotional, most wonderful time away, because you have been a treasure and such an amazing blessing to all of us with your knowledge, what you've grown and learned and shared with everyone here, those online, those of us in this community for all the years that we've been here together. And I feel so grateful. And we're going to do this song for you. Your mom wrote the lyrics. June Riley wrote the lyrics to this beautiful John Denver tune, and we want to sing it for John as we bless him and wish him Joyce, hello. The most wonderful gift of your sabbatical, the time you deserve away, and to have an absolutely extraordinary experience in time. Perhaps God is like the ocean, deep and blue and wide, the cradle of creation, and ever-rising tide. And maybe God's the canopy of shining stars above. I think God is a universe of eternal love. Perhaps God is all the melodies Mother Nature sings from the bass note of a bullfrog to the lullaby of wings. And maybe God's the haunting sound of a morning dove. I think God is the silent sound of eternal love. The word is love, the word is light, the word is truth and peace. Though seas will rise and seas will fall, love will never cease. And heart to heart and hand to hand, let us rise to be the voice of love, the voice of peace, one voice for unity. There is order in the universe and in every cell. From the colors of a rainbow to the patterns of a shell, there's harmony and rhythm and music to be heard. Let's listen to the message of God's word.
Thank you, John. Thank you, Deborah, Ronnie, Russell. That was beautiful. I feel renewed and a sense of connection. And at this time, we want to express our gratitude for Unity Palo Alto and the community we share together. Whether you're here in the sanctuary or watching us online, live, or tuning in during the week, we are connected by this shared experience. And from the moving music to the inspirational message, let's take a moment to acknowledge this beautiful connection. I invite you to place your hand on your heart and send that energy of love and gratitude to one another. Thank you for sharing this time together. All right, the opportunity for community and connection also extends beyond the Sunday service, so we invite you to explore the many opportunities for sacred service, spiritual growth, and celebration here at Unity Palo Alto. Today, we're really excited, and every fourth Sunday, starting today after the Sunday service, is a Bring Your Own Lunch Bunch. So it's from 11 to 12 out here, meet, greet, and get to know one another, people in our community a little bit better in a fun way through structured conversation topics and fun icebreakers. We're really excited to see folks out in the courtyard afterward. Next, we have Write Your Own Story. So stories, memories, tales of the past, memories matter. History paints a broad picture of the world, and events says a little about individuals and more about who lived through those times. So we, during this monthly event, we can come together to develop writing skills, inspire each other, and share stories. Normally it's on the third Sunday of the month, but last week it was moved to today at 11:30. So we'll be back on our regular schedule in September on the third Sunday again. You can register online for the Zoom link. And we're really excited. Next Sunday, we have a guest speaker, our very own Moj Razmi. Are you here? I don't see her. Okay. So we're super excited. She's one of our own. She is a mindset makeover coach who helps exceptional women get their mojo back so they can live and experience a joyful and abundant life. So when you know your true desires, you can confidently create possibilities for yourself where your desires actually come to life with purpose. We're really excited to see what she has in store for us next week. For these opportunities and more opportunities, you can go to unitypaloalto.org, and you can also check out our social media channels. There's so many ways to connect with us and share the good news that is Unity Palo Alto. We are the good news, right? All right, let's say it together. We are the good news. All right. So today is the last Sunday of the month, so we are going to bless each other. So you can put your hand on your heart, open up those spirit fingers, and say our blessing. We love you, we bless you, we appreciate you, and we behold the Christ consciousness expressing as you. Thank you. I now invite you all to stand, and we will enjoy our song of peace.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, a peace that was meant to be, with God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
Oh, yeah. Just a little bit too late, too soon. And now, our prayer for protection. Together? Oh, wait, let's wait until it's up there so that everyone can be together on it. Thank you. Together, the light of God surrounds us, the love of God enfolds us, the power of God protects us, the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Love and blessings, everyone. Have a wonderful month. I'll see you in October.